Hello, my name is Anissa and this is Jeremiah, and we're going to share some parts of our story today. It was the summer of 2019 and Jeremiah's body went from being a perky infant to just basically floppy. I kept trying to figure out what was wrong with him, and at first the doctor just said that he was being lazy. But I started actually recording him to prove that he was regressing and something was wrong. First we got physical therapy, but our therapist there, Miss Jessica, once she did our evaluation, she noticed that something was drastically wrong and actually told us to go back to the doctor's office and request genetic testing as well as to see a neurologist. So I started Googling to find genetic testing centers close to home, and we were able to find Greenwood Genetic Testing Center. They had a location at McLeod in Florence. I went online, filled out the contact us form, and it just so happened the next morning, Jeremiah's breathing pattern changed a little bit. Miss Shannon Bell called, and she was like, "Hey, we've actually been trying to contact you, but we had the doctor's office sent the wrong contact information." So she was able to schedule us, like literally, instead of us having to wait a year or months, we got to see her within a few days. And Dr. Clark did a telehealth appointment where she went over his body trying to see if there were any physical signs to figure out what was wrong with him. After that, we were able to schedule some lab work to be done, and that's when we literally kind of delved into this whole medical process. So I remember Ms. Shannon telling me the results take 8 to 10 weeks to come back, but Dr. Louis happened to be working on it one weekend, and within about 2 or 3 weeks, they called us, and I went by myself with Jeremiah, and the news that I got just, it's something that you never really want to hear, you know? Not for anybody. And they basically let me know that his diagnosis, it was very rare. There was no approved treatment or cure for it. And basically it was a progressive disease, meaning it just gets worse over time. There wasn't really anything that I could do to help him. So it was like just overwhelming, reading all the words, understanding, trying to even understand what in the world they were talking about. And everything that I Googled, they were just basically, it was a death diagnosis pretty much. And we were able to get Jeremiah into a clinical trial. So we travel back and forth for clinical trial once a year, and he takes research medication. So instead of him going backwards, because after our meeting with Ms. Shannon and Dr. Clark, the neurologist gave him 3 months to live and said that all they can do is make his decline comfortable. But here we are 5 years later, and he can sit up. As you can see, he's making noises. He is on a ventilator. That's to help him breathe, but it also helps him conserve his energy, and he has a very busy schedule. So we're super thankful for Greenwood being able to work us in and give us a timely diagnosis, because with most rare diseases, time is of the essence. So being able to have a company that literally took the time and made sure that we had a timely diagnosis saved his life.